Prologue. Sunday, June 18th. His brain died at 11:47 p.m. At 9 o'clock on Sunday night, Supreme Court Justice Howard Wynne shifted testily in his favorite leather chair. The high-backed Chesterfield, purportedly commissioned by Chief Justice William Howard Taft. The wide seat resembled a settee more than a chair, but the latter Howard appreciated the capacious width. Unlike the robust former president, Justice Wynne was built along trimmer lines, a sleek sloop to the fearsome cargo ship of a man who preceded him on the bench. But he enjoyed the chair for its unexpected utility, extra space at his hip for the books he habitually tucked to his side, on the off chance the chosen tome for his nightly read bored him. Howard Wynne did not suffer boredom or mediocrity well. He felt equally dismissive of willful ignorance, his description of the modern press, and smug stupidity his bon mot for politicians. To his mind, they were a gang of vapid and arrogant thugs all, who greedily snatched their information from one another like disappearing crumbs, as society spiraled merrily toward hell. With the current crop of pundits, bureaucrats, and hired guns in charge, America was destined to repeat the cycles of intellectual torpor that toppled Rome and Greece and Mali and the Incas and every empire that stumbled into short-lived debauched existence. Show man ignoble work and easy sex, and there went civilization. A righteous flood. That's what we need. He muttered into the dimly lit study. Drown the bastards out. Behind him, a chessboard stood in mid-play, the antique wooden pieces beginning to attract particles of dust from disuse. Once, he'd played the game with a ferocity that rivaled that of grandmasters, a prodigy in his youth. Careful maneuvers and contemplations of endgames had been sufficient until he learned that he could do the same in real life, when his mind became destined for the law. The game in progress was with a man he'd never met, who lived half a world away. But even his new friend had deserted him to this last room of refuge. The door to the study had been shut tight for hours, leaving him alone in his sanctuary. Beyond the study, an early summer storm rattled the windows. White flashed in the distance, and then came the inevitable bark of thunder. Wynne nodded in weary recognition of the tumult. To drown the thunder, he turned on the small television he kept in the room. As a rule, he despised the idiot box, but now he reluctantly acknowledged its utility. Tonight, it would tell him if he'd destroyed his life's mission or saved it. A commercial offered discount car insurance, followed by the opening graphics for a popular evening talk show of comedic and political invective. Wynne watched with hawkish eyes as the host wasted no time before launching his shtick. And earlier today, the epic meltdown at American University by Justice Howard Wynne. Or perhaps he should be called Justice, where the hell am I? The studio audience roared with laughter as the screen flickered to a shot of Wynne speaking that afternoon at the university's commencement ceremony. He'd done this countless times, offering pithy lies about the promise of the next generation. The clip caught him as he leaned over the podium, clad in his academic regalia. Simply another meaningless black robe. A tight shot of his face flashed on screen, mouth sneering. Science is the greatest trick the devil ever played on man, he pronounced to the undergraduates, squirming uncomfortably in their metal chairs. The man he watched on screen lifted his fist in anger. He let us believe we could control our destiny. But we've only built our demise. Breaking the laws of nature to construct a shrine to Satan's handiwork. We must be stopped.